What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Creative Pineapple. Today we are going to be discussing cross-contour lines and drawing from direct observation. So what I have is right now I have the apple that we're going to be drawing on my screen, and you can follow along with this drawing, pause it if you need to, or you can watch until the end and then try your best to do it yourself. So the first step is we're going to start roughing out the shape of the apple. I'm noticing that the side of the apple curves around like this. Okay, so we have a rough shape of the apple. And then once we've done that, we're not going to do any shading or anything like that yet, so don't get too worried. All we're going to do is start drawing our lines that are going to wrap around it. Now what I like to do is start with my two straight lines. There's always two straight lines, and those straight lines are where the object does not appear to bend from our eyes, and that always happens about at eye level. Now, as you practice this more and more, you'll be able to see those straight lines. It's kind of like a superpower. But until then, because it takes a while to get that, we're going to put our straight lines about in the middle. So I'm going to put my first straight line about in the middle of the apple here. Not quite the middle, but it's close enough. And my other one about right here. Now this doesn't make it look very 3D yet, but that's because we need to start bending them as we go around the apple. So we're going to start to show the shape. So on this side, we're going to start to bend it around the top and then follow down and follow the shape of the apple as it comes down here. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Maybe I'll add another little loop at the top so it looks like it's wrapping around into that stem area. Make our lines that go down. And the wider you spread them apart, the more curved your surface is going to look. I'm going to follow the back of the apple, add that curve right there. And I'm going to start doing the same thing on the other side, except on the other side we're going to start curving the other way. This is how we make it look 3D, or like it's coming out of the page, like it's more than just a shape. Now for this back part, notice how we're dipping in towards the stem. So I'm going to start going up, following the shape of the apple as it comes out from that hole, and then wrapping down here. Same thing as we go around. We can't see it, so we're going to imagine the part that's behind the stem, come up out of that hole, and wrap around this way. I'm going to do that for the back parts, coming down, showing how they're going down into that stem area. And then we're going to start wrapping it the other way. Right now it looks kind of like a pumpkin, not like a cross contour drawing, but that's because right now we just have contours going one way. Add another one here. It looks like it's missing something. To add the contours going the other way is going to start to make it look like it's 3D. So again, just like we did before, around the top, we're going to start adding circles, wrapping around how wide it is at this spot. So I'm going to connect all those curves that I was making, and make another circle around here, showing that it's getting a little wider. And I'm going to keep going as I go down the apple. And this is the tricky part, because we need to start flattening it out, because it's not going to look like it's going around the apple all the way down here. If we start curving it around, it's going to look a little weird. So we're going to need to start flattening them out as we get closer and closer to that middle line. And then these ones, actually, I think it's going to look better. I'm going to ignore that eye level line and make it look like we're looking kind of down at the apple, because that's kind of what it looks like in the picture. So I'm going to keep going all the way down the apple, spread them further apart as it gets wider, and then we'll do them closer together as it starts thinning out again. And we're just wrapping around. Notice how I don't make straight lines across. That's just going to wind up with a checkered apple. If we do straight lines, that doesn't look 3D. That just looks like a checkered apple. That is not what we're looking for. We want curved lines. We're wrapping around the apple. These curved lines are what we're looking for. So then when you're done, you should have something that looks a little bit 3D. And then you can do the same thing for the stem. I'm going to draw some lines that show around this way. And I'm going to curve the lines so that we can see that it's round. Curved lines going all the way down. And then if you like, you can start shading it using those squares to help you. However, this is what we're looking for. So what I might do is actually take a marker or a pen, and once you know the shape you're going for, we can outline it and make it look like a finished product. And there we go. We have our 3D apple.